Okay, today we're going to learn the halacha of drinking on Purim for a man. Friday we had the Shiur, drinking for a woman. We want to hear that Shiur, it's online. So then after the Shiur was a debate over here for, because I said even a man should his drinking should be restricted. So there was, and I said that's almost das yochi that you should get a real shikar, because the person should not get shikar. So somebody debated me. He says you mentioned a lot of poskim like the Shulchan Aruch, the Bach, and the Prichodosh says, yeah, we should get shikar kepshuta. So I want to go over it and show you that I'm agreeing with me that the Das Rabim still you should not get shikar. It's going to see to which levels, what we're saying what. So here's the Gemara. Davav Zainam was based in Megillah. Amar Robert. Mechayev inish lebesuma Purim. Bepashtus Rashi says lebesuma li shtaker bayayin, get shikar. Adol yoda ban or homal baruch Mordechai. Then the Gemara brings in myself Rabbi Rav Zera of the Suda Purim Bada Doda. They ate to the Suda together. Ivsum, they got shikar. Rashi says again, Ivsum nishtakru, and he says, "Kom, Rabbi Shochtel Rav Zera." He slaughtered him. He killed him. Whatever it means, the pashas, not the pashas. That's different. That traditional mikra. The way it says in Mashma, he killed him. So it said, "The mochar boy rachamei va'achyei." Okay, then the next day, Rabbi realized I killed somebody over here. So he made tchias ameisim. He davened for he made tchias. Big people they could do tchias ameisim. Okay. L'shon after a year, Omalei Rabbi told Rav Zera Neisem Ar when you have the Sudas Purim Ba'ada Doda. Let's do again party together. So Rav Zera told Omalei Loi b'chol sh'ata v'sh'ata misraches nisra. Not every day. I don't rely on this miracle of tchias ameisim. Maybe this time you're not going to make tchias ameisim. I don't trust you. So the Maisa they didn't repeat anymore. This. Okay. So that's the Gemara. But Pashtus from this Gemara Mashma that you will. That you will do. We have to get shikar. The Rabbi got shikar. So like this. So the one of the tiniest was that the Shulchan Aruch Taka mentioned this, brings this halacha of a pasha. So he brings this the Shulchan Aruch paskin like this. And by the way, I didn't mention mashma from the Rosh, mashma from the Rif. The Rosh, I'm reading from the Rif now. Amar Rava, Mechayv the sub. Mamash quotes the Gemara. Mashma paskin like this. So l'chayra mashma that according to the Rif, the Rosh, the Shulchan Aruch, the Bach, as they mentioned, the Prichodosh, you have to get shikar, l'pashtus. So we're going to see, it's nicht as a pashut in the Ganzen. So the Gabay Rif, so the Ran over here brings, on the Rif, he says like this, V'chosav Rabbeinu Ephraim Zal. Now who uvda? The come Rabbi V'shachtel Rav Zeire, Kedisa B'Gemara, from that Maisa, the Gemara brings right after the Psak of Rava. Chayav Inish Levasum, to get shikar, then the Gemara brings the story, Rabbi Shechet Rav Zeire, Itchel Memra. He says the Gemara rejected the Psak of Rava. That even though Halacha would say, but after Rabbi and Rava, the psak is always kabasra, and Rava was a Talmud of Rava, so the Halacha kerava. However, Rav Ashi is basra of Rava. So, and Rav Ashi brought this story in the Gemara from Rava afterwards to tell you that the Rabba's shita is rejected. That Halacha keravashi, he's the one who brought the story after the story, the memory of Rava. It says, it's not right to get shikar as they got shikar. According to this, according to Rabbeinu Nisim. So now the Maisa, so what's the pshat? The Ran and Rabbeinu Ephraim choylek on the Rif, not so fast. You could say that they paskin like Rava and Rabbeinu Ephraim says no, that's sudden. Also the same thing the Hamoy Rakotan brings from the same Rabbeinu Ephraim that the halacha is not like Rava in this case after the Maisa with Rabbi Rav Zera and Rav Ashi brought this up. Halacha Lamaisa, that means we reject the shita that's chayav levasuma. We're going to see soon lav davka the Rif and the Shulchan Aruch maskim that. We're going to see in a minute why. Now the lotion of the Rosh also brings like the Rif that chayav inish b'vzul adol yoda at the Koban the Sanel brings over there. It's like this. Chayav lebesume pirush actually is shtaker bayayin. Velula pirush Rashi isi oima. That's the lotion of Koban the Sanel. Mit the lokam mechayav lemirvei. If you're going to say it's meant to drink, shtel lemirvei. He brings that that darkum shel vayishkar b'soch aholoi. That's the Gaben Noach. The targum over there. Who Ravei? Kamo shavkel revoya. I mean, if that would be, if the Gemara would mean chayav levesuma, it would mean to get shikar, like Rashi said, would say chayav lerevuya. It's a shikar as revoya. He said, Aval Kavana, he has a new pshat, according to this, it changes the whole pshat of all those, even without rejecting the shita of Rava. He says, the pshat in Rava could be halacha like Rava, chav levasuma. But levasuma does not mean like Rashi to get shikr. Aval Kavana, shemuchuyav lehetiv lev, aydeshtiyas yain harbe. Levasuma mean get in a good mood, drink wine, get in a good mood, not shikr, two different things. Good mood or get shikr, completely two different things. Adela Yoda, he's bringing up a pirush, chav levasuma. And soon I'm going to bring another raya to his pirush. So the Chayra says levasuma mashma to get in a good heart, good mood. So what's Adela Yoda? Adela Yoda means to get shikr. You know you cannot think straight. It says Adela Yoda v'lo ad bichlal. Adela Yoda meaning ad v'lo ad bichlal. So you don't get shikr. You feel I'm getting shikr soon. Stop there. You have to know when to stop. And by the way, the same thing ad v'lo ad bichlal. Same thing the Yad Ephraim and the Shulchan Aruch and Simon Tzartzah brings it, and Aruch HaShulchan brings the same thing. Ad v'lo ad bichlal. So according to them, even you don't follow the shita of Rabbeinu Ephraim, that Rava was rejected. No, Rava is the halacha, levasuma. What's levasuma? It doesn't mean to get shikr, meaning to get in a good mood. That's what I mean levasuma. It says, if you feel in another shot, another drink, I'm gonna get to become shikr. I don't know, don't go that far. The zehu, if you come to this point that you don't know ben or Haman lebaruch Mordechai, that's to say he gila shechruta shaloit. That's like becoming like Lloyd. That's we're gonna see soon. That is osur legamra. Yeah. Okay. And then he brings the Agnada Gemara Basfina Ivsimu Vagonu Pirush Rashi show you Pneim Ivsimu, meaning Rashi himself brings the Pirush Ivsimu, doesn't mean shikr. Over there he says show you Pneim Adumim Kamashasuya Yain. Ivsimu means you could see on the cheek they got red from drinking wine. So that's the pshat Ivsimu. According to this, now I have another raya, strong raya. Levasuma does not mean shikr. It says by the halachas of Kiddush Levana, Hilchas Rosh Chodesh, you're going to see over there. It says it's a mitzvah to do Kiddush Levana Motzei Shabbos. The fish of Mavusam the big day Shabbos. Mavusam. If you can say Mavusam to get shikr, what's that? I'm shikr with big day Shabbos. Nobody gets shikr with big day Shabbos. Mavusam mean you look good with big day Shabbos, more choshu. Something your face look good after you drink. You look happy. Happy. It's a nicer face than a sad face. So Mavusam, according to the Korban Nesandal, something raya over there from the Kiddush Levana, Mavusam does not mean necessarily to get drunk. So according to this, even you're gonna say that the Shulchan Aruch said Chayav Levusam. The Riv, the Rosh, second said Levusam means not to get shikr. And ad mean ad v'lo ad bichlal, meaning you get in a good mood. So the Shulchan Aruch, the Rif, and the Rosh is no raya that they hold that you have to get shikr. And then the Gemara, according to the Korban Asad, the Gemara is a chav lemusumei. It doesn't mean you should get shikr. Okay, now he left already. The one debated me, so but I'm still going to say they're going to listen to it from later. So the Rambam says clearly that chav lemusumei. The Rambam said like this. Ketzat Chavas Suda Zu. Sheyachal Bosor v'Yisaken Suda Noah K'fi Hashitim Tzayoda. It's in the Megillah, Hilchas Megillah, Perek Beis Halacha Tesvav. V'shoy Seyayin Ad She'ishtaker V'Yerodam B'Shichrusay. The shtia meaning you feel sometimes tipsy, you need to go to sleep. That's the Adl Yoda. When you sleep, you don't think straight. When you sleep, you're dreaming. Memel, according to him, also that you don't have to get shikr k'shikrusa shaloit. Then he brings also the Hagos Maimonides. He says Kosav Ravya the Chol Hanel Mitzvah Ba'am V'Lo La'akev. First of all, even you're going to learn a pshat to get shikr, it's lo la'akev. It's not ma'akev. If you have to do priorities of Purim, whether we're going to see skip davening or get crazy or throw up and do crazy things, it's not la'akev. You could do other mitzvahs behidur. It's not la'akev. But again, even according to the Rambam, it's not la'akev. Meaning you don't have to go to sleep on Purim to do lo yoda. It's mitzvah lo la'akev. And we're going to see according to many, like we said, the Korban Nesandal, even you got in a good mood, you mekayim the mitzvah ad lo yoda ad v'lo ad b'chal. Okay. Now, what he mentioned from the Bach and the Pri Chodosh, he got this information from AI. Look at Google. So you cannot learn anything from Google, not halacha and not medicine and not anything else. This is over there. It's incomplete information. So I'm going to go one by one to show that he's absolutely, the information he got is the wrong information. He was relying on the Bach, that the Bach says, the Bach doesn't say that. The Bach, here's the Lashon, I'm going to read inside. The Bach says, theoretically, the Pshat in the Gemara, you get shikr, but he himself then says like this, V'lefi aniyus dati, k'pshuto tzorich she'ishtaker harbe adal yoda klal. Ma ben chiluk ben oror hom lebaruch Mordechai, shezeh yeh kol l'shichut ha'shalot. It's close to that, he said. Ve'en litmoya ech yeshu l'ishtaker kakach rabbe v'Rav Zera yu mishtakrim at shekam Rav Shoftel Rav Zera. He says like this, the Maisa, you could say this already part of the answer, not the coin. Meaning, yeah, they allow him because you see Rabbi did it. Rabbi's a big tzaddik. The Rebbe Fabai Rava, he did it, so they allow you and put him to do it. Then he's like this, V'anochan That's a psak halacha, not in theory. What's the psak in the Gemara? Halacha, what to do? It says va'anochon mashukos v'ragod Rabbeinu Ephraim. That's what Rabbeinu Nissim quoted the Gemara. But Rabbeinu Ephraim says the me'ach uvda the shok the Rabbe lav zeira itchel memra the Rabbe. He says v'lav shapir lemevadochi. He says we rejected after the Gemara. Rav Ashi brought in the Gemara the Ma'aser Rabbe that shechted Rav Zeira. We will reject the opinion of Rabbe that Chayav. V'cheko Baal Amor v'aran nishmoy that was mentioned. V'nireh the me'ach tamas sidder Baal Talmud la'achuv the Rabbe Rav Zeira. Boster memra the Rabbe. Memra the Hoch Yave hilchas v'ledchuya the Rabbe. Oh, sound like this. Umil. The Bach is a drop going more than others that they say drink a little bit more. Here the Bach says here. Miu he says, you don't have to get that shikr. That will reject the opinion of Rabbi. He says, Aval miu tzorich lishtas harbe melimudai. Sheyativ liba mishte v'yeshosui. Afilu shikr shechal dabel ifnei hamelech. Rakte daita olav. The Bach goes, it doesn't say get shikr like shikhrusha shaloit. No. I mean, drink a lot to the point you can't even talk about it. You can't go to the appointment, go. You cannot give the interview for a job. You're not ready to do that, but you didn't lose your mind. You lost your mind. You didn't lose your mind. So this is the only thing the Bach goes, he must him to originally the halacha l'maisa that the shita of Rabbeinu Ephraim, the Rav's shita was rejected. Should not get shikr. You go a little bit more tipsy. That's otherwise others post keep saying Yoser at Yoser. He says harba Yoser v'limudet. That's the difference from them. But l'maisa you cannot get the shikruta shaloit. So if then he brings also the Ravya we mentioned already from Avgos Maimonides. That's not la'akev also. Even you miss this mitzvah, you do all the other mitzvahs. This mitzvah is not la'akev to get. So again, the Raya to say the Bach is maskim halacha l'maisa to get shikr ad l'yoda. That's not. It's incorrect. Now he also mentioned the Pri Chodesh. The Pri Chodesh he said. To get shikr. That's what he got from the Rabbi Google. So here's what I'm reading from the Pri Chodesh. That's why I said you cannot go to such a kitzurim. He says, Umiu, ato shah doires mekul kolim. That's one thing is what they learn theoretically, the pshat in the Gemara, one thing with the paskin la'alocha. What does he, here's his psak. Umiu, ato shah doires mekul kolim, roi litvas first, Rabbeinu Ephraim zal, v'shlo lishtos. Other Rabbeinu Ephraim says, we reject the opinion of Rabbeinu. We shouldn't get shikr. Ela ma'at yosem mashe murgul b'yomtov. That's where the Pri Chodesh and the Bach is the differ over here. Bach says, harba yoser, he says, ma'at yosem milimudoy, mashe murgul b'yomtov, ubezeh yoser dechavose. Kivan shekavanos l'shamayim, k'da shelo lichoshul chaz v'sholom b'shum mikre ra, v'yiso brocha me'es Hashem. So to say the Pri Chodesh says to get shikr, it's sepach what you paskin, l'maisa. Pri Chodesh not to get shikr, he says. You're telling me he said it. Okay, so now, in Shulchan Aruch also, there's no raya the Shulchan Aruch paskin to the bashtos to get shikr. That's the lotion of the Shulchan Aruch. As we said, you could say Adelayoda Advel Bichlal, like the other Ephraim brings over here, and like I mentioned, the Aruch HaShulchan and the Korban Nesana, the Otse say this. So Lamaise, there is no. Oh, and I want to say this. One thing I want to add to it. I mentioned on Friday that the Chacham Tzvi was the Das Yochid to get shikr. So because Ruben is saying you should not get shikr. Now I want to say it's not even Das Yochid. Why? Chacham Tzvi did not say, and his son, the Yavet, did not say we should get shikr. He says, Ovi, he says, my father, the Yavet says, when he was a bocher, when he was young, he used to get shikr. Meaning, depends for who. If you know you're going to behave yourself, even when you're shikr, like the Chacham Tzvi, you're going to say more Rosa de Raisa, you're going to come out good things out of you. He's into it. But even himself, when he got older, he didn't do that, and he says also himself, when others cannot handle that, should not do. That's not even Yochid v'Rabbi. It's Ruba the Ruba. Even like I said, it says what the Anog of Chacham Tzvi doesn't mean he paskin for others. So see from here, especially when people come to the point of shichrus, they throw up and they do crazy things. There's a word from the Kotzker Rebbe. He says some people serve Shulchan Aruch and some people serve Hashem. If you know what's Ratzon Hashem, Hashem, any father or mother don't want the kids to get drunk. Same thing Hashem doesn't want us to get crazy. And furthermore, they come, a lot of times I saw in some places that part of the spiel of Purim, they take the biggest shikr, they make him a bal tefillah, and they think it's very funny. And he part of the, either is a real shikr or plays a shikr, and the way he davens, it becomes a circus, the whole davening. So if you look in Shulchan Aruch, in Lagabe Halacha, shikr, Lagabe tefillah, at some time, it's not only not tefillah, it's mamash kleved avodah zarah, such a davening. Here was in Shulchan Aruch, in Tzadik Tes, Shoso Yank the Revi is Al Ispalat Yoser Yenov. Im Shoso Yoser, Im Yochel Dabel Ifnei HaMelech, Im Ispalat Velosot Tefillah. If you talk in front of the king, according to the Bach, it would be shikr even more than that. So you should not daven for sure, not for the Omid, not even for yourself. And he says, V'im Enochel Ifnei HaMelech, Im Ispalat Velosot To'eva. To'eva is Mamash Avodah Zarah. How could you daven like this? So they make. So I think people took this the halacha. It's like the same idea of a tzduki doesn't learn Torah Shabbal Peh, he doesn't understand the Torah. The tzduki, something learning halacha with the kitsuri without knowing what most poskim really saying about this halacha. It's like b'fchirat tzduki. So you could do more averes by getting so drunk rather than, like I said, it's not b'chal ma'akev. And even according to the which is ma'akev, you could be yoitze with getting a little bit tipsy than usual without getting so verschickert.